welcome, Aaron and Pat of the Grinning here in Ladysmith, British Columbia on the island on the Punks on Pizza podcast tonight. How are you doing, gentlemen?
Good.
I'm okay. Aaron, how are you?
Well, I'm alive.
Just Dan?
Yeah.
On the right side of the ground.
All right, now I did a quick browse of you guys before the podcast. Obviously, I saw there's a canceled show with D.O.A. or postponed. Is that something I saw? Is that still in the works?
It's still in the works. Hopefully, March 24th. So the week after, a full week after the happiest day of the year, which is St. Patrick's Day. So hopefully, the world has returned to a bit of normal by then.
It's a total crapshoot, eh? There's like nothing to place any bets on right now.
I guess you just sort of throw shit against the wall, and whatever is allowed to stick sticks. So yeah, hopefully that's a go. We also have St. Patrick's Day weekend that we're going to announce fairly quickly here. So I guess we can announce it now. The Thursday night, St. Patrick's Day proper will be in Victoria. I believe that's at the Phoenix. The Friday night is in Cumberland, and Saturday night is at Riot Brewing. So.
Fucking A. There you go. So there's something to look forward to at least.
It's something to pray that we get to look forward to it. I don't know who we're praying to, but I'll go with. I'll pray to Milo Walkerman tonight.
Whoever's listening. Now, how did that opportunity come about? How did they get in touch with you? Was it a booker? How did that get planned?
That's a booker. That's Jester Events. That's Devin from Jester Events, who he reached out. We've played shows with them before, Social Science and their Silence, and so they're a bunch of good kids. So he reached out and said, "Hey, would you like to do this thing?" And I said yes. And then I told everybody in the band that I had said yes, and they were like, "Oh, okay, so you've committed us." Yeah, yeah, that's how it happened.
Fucking A.
It wasn't just committed; they were stoked.
Okay, but, yeah, it's not like I booked this at it. We're playing outside a gas station. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah,
I think I'd be okay with that too. Just a reason to play.
Yeah, basically anywhere. So
yeah.
Now, how long have you guys been around as a band, the Grinning Barretts?
I think we got started in 2016, which means
15, wasn't it?
I think I might have started writing songs in 2015.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, maybe there was noises then. I moved from Calgary to Ladysmith in 2015 with intent on starting this, and it sort of snowballed since then.
All right, let's talk about the formation of the band. You moved to Ladysmith. It sounds like you put the band together. Were you the one putting the reins out there, trying to tie them down?
Yeah,
I would. The one who's made the decisions on that. Yeah.
I started looking for people to do so, and we've been through a few. We've cycled through a few members. Aaron's been as constant as we can. As we can get. We've had our drummer for a number of years now. He played on both of our EPs that we've done so far, and he's played on this new record that we're in the midst of working on. And but he's a drummer that I played with 20 years ago now, more than 20 years ago. We've been playing in sort of a ska band in Victoria, and then he went off and he did the cruise ships for many years, and as a result of that, he's an absolute monster drummer. Whatever you ask of him, he's like, "Yeah, I can do that. How about I do it with a rumba style?" I was like, "No, maybe no rumba, Jared, but if you can just but he's got all this ability and all this music, just all this rhythm just sitting in his head. And no matter what I throw at him, he's like, yeah, can do. He's like, yeah, do you want it to bump the tempo up? Sure, why not? Let's play it faster. So yeah, that's him. So Aaron and I ran into him. I hadn't seen him in a few years. Aaron and I ran into him the night while we were having dinner before Real Mackenzie's show down in Victoria, and I was like, "Here, I gotta go talk to this guy." And I left Aaron sitting at the table. I went and talked to Jeremy, and then came back, and I said, I've got his number. We'll go see him. He's got a gig up in Nanaimo in a week, so we'll go see him. And we went there, and Aaron leaned over to me in the middle of the set with that Jared was playing with his other band. He's like, "Why do I get the feeling that we're shopping for a drummer right now?" I'm like, "Because you're perceptive." Because the drummer we had at the time, whose name won't get mentioned, was god awful.
Doesn't need to.
No mention. So yeah, I'll warn you about him later.
You know, it happens. We've all had to settle for who was ever there.
Yep.
Yeah. And so that's kind of that. So that Aaron and Jer have been the longest suffering. Serving members of the band, and then
16 for me and 17 for Jer.
Yeah, and we have we recently added Ali Bean on vocals and keys, and Nathan Stafford on bass and vocals, and Dave Grieg on banjo and guitar. So that's sort of rounding things out now, and we're excited to take take it back out. We've played a couple shows since being allowed out of the dark times. We got to play twice live, which was kind of shocking. I thought it was a hallucination during the show, but apparently no, it actually happened. So that was
crowd reception.
No hallucination.
Crowd reception was incredible. People really do want to feel normal again. They want to do things again. They want to have that.
Yeah, everyone had to stay seated, and it was a bit of a fight to keep them there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm from Ontario originally, and so when we had just kind of loosened up our lockdown, I was at a show in a bar, and everybody was kind of just keeping distance and being super weird for about 20 minutes, and then after that, everybody was hammered and moshing and sweating all over everybody.
Yeah.
But it was funny to see, how quickly that breaks. Like,
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
The owners have to keep up on it. It wasn't us keeping up on it. We're too busy. But yeah, the owners were like, "No, you can't do that," and they're getting in on it, and getting people back to their chairs. But yeah, it sucks because you want to be up and moving, but seated live music's better than no live music. So
For sure.
I hear you there.
I'll take it. You know, we got the Celine Dion experience. We got to see what people who are glued to their seats as an audience are like, and they got to hear a really shitty singer. So hey, yeah.
Well, you know, with being a Celtic band, as long as everybody has a good floor to stomp on while sitting there, it can really add to it.
Oh yeah. Yup.
Yeah.
No. Floor to stomp on or table to beat on, that works pretty good too.
Anything to use percussively that's not a percussion instrument. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, touring before all this, before the Dark Age, how far did you guys get touring wise?
We have stayed strictly on the island so far. There was talk of getting over to the mainland. We were talking with our friends in the Core, Modern Terror, about getting over to the mainland, going places. And I have a bunch of friends out in the Calgary punk scene. So the Calgary Beer Corps were always very supportive of my old hardcore band. So we were talking about getting out there, and then the Dark Ages showed up, and everybody had to go home.
Yep.
And Yeah.
Now, are the band members, are you guys all within a vicinity close enough to get together and jam regularly?
We don't jam all that regularly, but we will have regular practices when things are coming up. Aaron's in Nanaimo,
Yep.
Nathan's in Nanaimo, Allie, Dave, and Jeremy are all in Victoria, and I'm in Ladysmith. So we have a couple spaces we can use as a rehearsal space. So we just sort of split up the driving. One day on one practice the Victoria crew has to drive. On the other day, the Up Island crew has to drive. So we try to make it democratic that way.
Now, I was telling you guys that I live in, or I was telling you, Pat, at least I'm in Port Alberni here on the island now. And when I was looking at it on the map, I would have thought that Port Alberni would have been much busier for a music scene, and just that everybody seems to go to Tofino, and you got to go through Port Alberni, and it seems like it's a place that's completely skipped over. Have you played here?
We have not, but we're looking forward to it as soon as possible. Aaron is good friends. Aaron, you tell him. I'm doing all the talking. You make noises with your face. I'm gonna drink beer.
About what? Port Alberni?
Yeah. Who's your friend at the brewery there? Aerosmith Brewing?
Oh no, Aerosmith. So Aerosmith, that's Parksville. Yeah, no, that's Dave.
Dave.
Yeah, no, I was introduced to Dave from Ralph and Allie through Riot, and that's Parksville. But Dave's got a problem. He can't actually have us play unless we go down to no percussion and acoustic guitars, and we can't do that because they got it's Parksville and they got crazy noise restrictions and a seniors village across the street. So
okay,
so
bummer.
Yeah.
Right, well then, I guess we're going to come through Port Alberni and we are going to play there whenever we're allowed.
Yeah, I think there was a couple of venues we were maybe eyeing at some point in Port Alberni, but nothing ever materialized.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
What are you,
not as of yet. It doesn't mean it won't. I mean, but like yourself, there's a lot of people coming here to the island, and that's changing the dynamic a little bit. So, getting more people here is going to bring in more people who are going to come and see the shows and everything. So maybe that might make things a little easier.
No, I hitched out here in like 2018, spent a summer in Tofino, and I felt like everybody I met out here wasn't from here. Like I didn't meet any locals, you know?
Yeah. That was a big thing with COVID, actually, is that there's been, especially the work from home crowd, there's been a huge influx of people coming from Edmonton, Calgary, and Ontario to live here. And it's been changing the dynamic here a lot. But I think in the long run, it'll actually end up being a good thing having more people here, and especially people who support live music and that. So, yeah.
So where are your go-to hotspots on the island for the punk scene? Like where do you need to stop if you're touring on the island?
If you Cumberland, you have to
Cumberland and Victoria.
And if you're down with a show where you're most certainly going to take a mic in the teeth 3 or 4 times a night, you play Riot Brewing, and you get especially when the owners are there and can have a beer, they will get the rowdiest of them all.
Yep.
And if you don't mind, I'd like to give make a mention of someone, a regular Riot Brewing, one of our biggest supporters. His name is Bjorn, and he passed away recently. And he is probably responsible for more microphones smashing me in the teeth than any other person on earth. And I love that man. And it's too bad because he left before his time. So
he did.
But he was one of the reasons that Riot Brewing shows were so much goddamn fun.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have ever been able to play anywhere if it wasn't for Riot. They gave us they let us have a show. They said it has to be acoustic, and we went and played the show. And the owners were there, and they were, they got fairly inebriated, At the end of the show, that we said, okay, so can we come back and play? And they said, sure. And I said, but can we play electric? Because it's a way better show if we play electric. And they said, if you play Hops and Barley by Wat Tyler, you can come back here and play electric. And I said, all right, we'll learn it. And so that's been part of the set forever. But we got back to play the second show there. We were setting up all the amps, did the sound check, got our levels set because it's a small room. And Allie, the owner at Riot, she looks at and she said, Pat, I think you guys are a lot louder than you were last time we were here, or you were here. And I said, no, Allie, it's that you're a lot soberer right now than when we were here. And she's like, okay, I can't argue with that. I'm like, you can't turn drums down. Drums are as loud as drums are. You can't turn them down. Nope. So we had a drummer last time. So that's kind of the way she goes, Bubs. And she's like, okay, I guess. And since then we have never done another acoustic show.
No, we haven't. Not one. Not worth doing. It just isn't.
They can be fun if there's no other alternative. But
it's fun if you're a trad band, but we're not a trad band.
It's true. We are not Dumford and Buns. It's true.
I mean, and the Irish Rovers are great acoustic, but that's their thing, right? I can name a bunch of other bands no one's heard of, but but for Celtic punk, you need to be plugged in.
It's true.
Or have a mix of electric and acoustic. There's bands who've done that to excellent degree as well.
It is more fun when it's loud.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir here.
Yeah, no, for sure. I seem to rate a night by how well it's gone. And the next morning when I'm like, what? And the less I hear, it seems the better the show was.
If your ears are ringing, it's a good show.
Yeah.
All right. One thing there, I know you had said earlier that you guys are working on an album to put out. Do you have any ballpark as to a date as to when people can look forward to that?
Well, we're hoping to have a few releases in 2022. The first one, just because pressings are backed up so far, will probably be just an all digital release. So we aim for 4 or 5 songs to be released on the happiest day of the year, St. Patrick's Day, the greatest, the Christmas for us, is, I guess we could call it.
All green, no red.
Exactly. So hopefully we can have that looked after, but because we're so spread out, tracking, making the record takes time, and then getting it properly mixed and mastered takes time, and we're not willing to compromise. It's been since 2018 since we put out
anything.
Well, we did put out a bunch of videos in over the last little bit. You can have those for free from our Bandcamp page. So there's a video, and then there's the accompanying track that's available for free on Bandcamp. So help yourselves to that. Bandcamp.com/the Grinning Barretts, I think it is, or Grinning Barretts, one or the other. I
think it's grinningbarretts.bandcamp.com.
I'll link it in the bottom of the video in the description for sure.
If you go to Bandcamp and you look for the Grinning Barretts, you should find us. We have not pulled our music off of there. We are not doing a Neil Young at this point, because
no with Rogan.
Well, Bandcamp aren't Sportify, so no. It must be nice to have Neil Young's amount of money. Like, he's got fuck you money. He does. He's pulling his music off Spotify. He's turning down tens of dollars a year.
Oh, so, tens of dollars.
And now Joni Mitchell's joining him, and Nils Lofgren. So,
I heard about him.
Yeah, rumors that the Foo Fighters are gonna yank their stuff off there as well. So yeah, and we don't have that ability.
All the more reason I got to fix my record player and just get everything on vinyl again.
Yeah, fix your record player.
Fix my record player.
Yeah. I hear you. I have quite the vinyl collection. It's horrible to move with, but I do enjoy it.
It sounds so much damn better. I'm a recent convert. I tried to hold out as long as I possibly could. I knew that it sounded better. I just didn't want to admit it sounded good enough to justify the inconvenience. And damn, does it ever sound good enough to justify the inconvenience?
I know there's always like the debate that a CD can hold like more information than a record, hence it could be better clarity. But I've just found the ritual of sitting down with an album and like analyzing one side and the other puts it kind of in a different perspective than just letting it go through. There's a bit more form and shaping involved. Sorry?
Yeah, it's a Zen thing for sure. You're like I said, it's a ritual. 100%. I agree. It stops and you got to get up off the chair and actually turn the record over to listen to the rest of it.
And it's not instant. You can't just hit a remote back the song up. You're going to listen.
There's something to be said for delayed gratification for sure.
Yeah. All right. The Bandcamp that you brought up there, I had it here. I was looking at it. The EPs that are on there, was there a physical release of those at all?
There was. We have CDs of them. I think Aaron's hunting for them right now.
I have one of them right here. A little beat up, but yeah.
I have hundreds of them sitting in my basement. So
yeah.
If you've ever heard that No Effects song, Coasters and Frisbees.
Pat's got lots of coasters.
Yeah. We've got lots of them. And
I got a couple of stickers from 18 when we were doing the St. Patrick's too. It's still here actually.
Aaron's got stickers. We'll put together a care package and get that out to you, Tyler. You can have
some more stickers made.
Well, I was gonna say, thank you, I appreciate it. But I was gonna say, you guys ship your CDs.
We do.
People want to buy them through the Bandcamp, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We will ship. We've shipped them to a number of people in Europe. There's people in the States that have bought them.
There was someone in Australia that was buying them too. I can't remember now.
Was there?
I don't know. I could be talking out of my ass. I can't remember.
Spoken like a bagpiper.
There's a lot of hot air just flowing around out of bagpipes, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Can confirm.
Yeah.
All right, aside from CDs and stickers, is there any other merch that you guys travel with, sell when you are playing?
We usually have T-shirts. We are all completely sold out of them. So those are, but when we can get back to playing, I think we'll have to do a new run of shirts. We're talking with a graphic artist about getting new things. We're trying to reemerge as a group of human beings that play music after this long night. So we probably need new pictures on T-shirts to put out there. So
yeah.
Jumping on the mask bandwagon, are there going to be Grinning Barrett masks?
No, I don't. I can't see.
We've never talked about it, so
yeah. They'd have to have a hole for the bagpipe blow to go through, and that defeats the purpose of a mask entirely. So, yeah.
I think I did one recording when we were doing the COVID videos where I stuck a mask on the end of my bagpipes at one point, but I think you can see it in one of the videos, but that was about the extent of it.
I keep trying to buy a Boba Fett helmet to wear to the grocery store because if we have to wear a mask, I might as well have some fun with it. But I can't find one for less than $300, and
I thought I sent you an ad for one for $200.
Well, yeah, okay. That's still a lot of money to pay just to get funny looks in the grocery store.
Well, you're gonna have to make it out of construction paper then. I'm sorry, you're not gonna get it for any less.
Yeah, I'd be good with $189, Aaron.
We'll get you a cardboard box.
Just a
Draw
plastic
the
cutout
shape of the
Halloween
man
mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, I mean a Mike Myers mask works at that point.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Walk around with one carrot held in your hand like a knife. God, I sound like a psycho. Edit this out. What am I doing? Oh my god.
All right, you were talking about past bands in Calgary. I was just wondering, Aaron, there, what were your past band adventures there?
As far as punk and rock, not much, I will admit. I played back in 2001, 2002. I did a few shows with an AC/DC cover band. Other than that, that was about it. But that got me the itch for sure, and I didn't get an opportunity to play bagpipes with a rock band again until I had the misfortune of meeting Pat. So, but basically, Pat said, "Hey, do you want to play in my punk band?" And it was like, "Okay, yeah, let's do it." And then I didn't hear from Pat for like a month, so I think I messaged him. I said, "Hey, are we doing this or what?"
Yeah, all my emails went to your junk mail. I was like, "Yeah, I'll send you."
That's right. That's
yeah.
right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, but no, I think because we had a previous bagpiper, but he had to step away, so we went to
he was starting a family and needed time with his family, so
yeah, so we went to a
that's as good a
bagpiping
reason
competition.
As any. Yeah,
we went to a bagpiping competition, and Aaron was playing there, and I had to leave, but Kevin went to Aaron. He said, "Hey, I'm leaving this band that I've been playing with. Do you want to be in an Irish punk band?" And Aaron said, "Yes, I'm in." And
I was already into like Dropkick Murphys and Flogging Molly at this point anyway, so it was really a no-brainer for me.
And according to Kevin, he was like, "Okay, well, I'll set up some time for you to come out and meet everyone, see if it's a fit." And Aaron was like, "No, I don't think you heard me. I said I'm in."
Yep, pretty much. I've told Pat numerous times he's stuck with me whether he likes it or not.
So, but yeah, it was he was quite forceful, and I resent the part where he wants to put a shock collar on me. It's not. I'm not okay with that. We don't have fun in this band, as you can tell. This is very serious work at all times. No laughing, no having a good time. It's we're very dour when we play shows. It's no one's allowed to have fun. We put the.
That's what Celtic bands are usually known for, droning, sadness, sorrow.
Yeah. Precisely. Yeah. So we put the PU in punk. So yeah, these guys stink.
All right, and your older bands there, Pat. Is there any? Do you have any physical copies? Any links to any of your prior bands? What was going on before the Grinning Barretts?
You can probably still find stuff on SoundCloud for the old bands.
Yeah, I think there was some Sedition Choir stuff on SoundCloud.
There was, yeah, and I also played bass in a ska band called Hats and Black Ties, and I was the only guy in the band. The rest was it was 5 extraordinarily talented women in that band, and that was a hell of a lot of fun to play in. There should be some videos somewhere. The recording we started never got finished, which is unfortunate because that band was a hell of a lot of fun. And then I had my hardcore band out in Calgary. Now, if you go on to our YouTube channel, you would find you'd find the Divided by a Negative video we did. We had guests out of Calgary, friends from some bands out there. Mark Russell from Citizen Rage. He played in a band called BDFM, which stood for Beer Drinking Fighting Machine. Plays in Citizen Rage now. He was in Oh Shit, or as they were first called, the Oh Shit Show, and I think Pelican Death Squad. and Jim Martin, who was he's in Bodies of Everest, which is a bit of a experimental band, and he played in a band called Elephants Gerald, which is the second cleverest pun in the history of the English language, right after the Grinning Barretts, which is the cleverest pun in the history of the English language. So, but yeah, they were there. They were with the Calgary Beer Corps, and they were incredibly supportive for all the years I played in bands out there, and they're dear friends. And I hope they get to see this. And here's to a few, and here's to a few more. You're beautiful motherfuckers.
I'll drink to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You forgot to mention, though, if you dig around on YouTube enough, I have found a Street Profits Union video on YouTube. I haven't found it in years, but I did find one when I first met it, though.
You're shitting me.
No, I unless it was a different band and I didn't realize it, but I'm pretty sure it was Street Profits Union because I was trying to figure out what I was getting into. Even though I was kind of adamant I was getting into it, I wanted to see what I was getting into. So I looked at that, and the other one Pat didn't mention was the Kilt Lifters, and I found some Kilt Lifters stuff on YouTube as well.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know if it was when you were in Kilt Lifters or after you left Kilt Lifters, though. I don't remember that. But
YouTube, that was so long ago that YouTube didn't exist, so...
No, there is some stuff on there, but I don't know. I can't remember if you were in it because it was pretty far away. I couldn't tell who all was there. But,
all right. Well, I mean, your eyes are going in your old age.
You're older than I am there, Bucky.
Who said that?
I did.
Who said that?
Remember we're the Star Wars people, because you're 77 when A New Hope came out, and I'm 83, Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
You're the New Hope, I'm the Jedi.
What? Who said that? Yeah.
Yeah, fuck, I don't want to make you guys feel bad, but the first Star Wars I saw in the theaters was Phantom Menace.
It's okay. We won't hold it against you. It's all good.
No, I think I suffered the most out of that.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think I was...
If you want to go down the Star Wars loophole, we can, but...
Well, I mean...
it's a long
look
run.
Up. There's the X-Wing up in the corner there. So, attack foils are in F position, or S foils are in attack position there.
There you go.
Yeah. Here, I'll reach up. Here we go. Here's the Mandalorian. I make no apologies. I'm perfectly happy to be a total Star Wars nerd. I also love Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones until it sucked, and big nerd.
All right, I'll entertain the nerdom.
Since we're on it, you mean like that?
Oh, isn't that precious?
Yeah.
I'll entertain the nerdom for 1 second.
I got an entire bookshelf here of just Tolkien stuff.
What are your thoughts on the Ralph Bakshi version of Lord of the Rings? Let's nerd out a bit here.
All right. You know what? I appreciate it for what it was for the time, but it's not near anywhere as good as anything that's already out now. Like Peter Jackson's is probably, it's pretty much the best of all time down here. So, but I appreciated it for what it was at the time.
That was the old cartoon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there was a couple of different versions, but yeah.
I liked that because it was just pure nostalgia. The animation reminded me of being a kid. So
well, yeah, exactly. And that was the other thing I was going to say, is that the animation was cutting edge at this time. It was something Ralph Bakshi was known for, because he would put actual human silhouettes and things to fill out the background with the animation in front of it.
Yeah,
and at the time, it was cutting edge.
Rotoscoping.
But you can't put Lord of the Rings story into 90 minutes. You just can't. So
Not
they
without
missed.
leaving a few things out. You know,
Just a few.
like saying some of the characters' entire names.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, let's continue nerding out. This is fun. Screw music. Let's talk about nerd shit.
All the nerd shit.
All right, when you guys first got together, who were the bands that you discussed as influences? I know you had already said Flogging Molly was one. Dropkick Murphys.
Mm-hmm.
Murphys, Mackenzie's, Flogging Molly, Pogues, obviously.
Yeah.
But those are all the obvious ones. I get a lot from some hardcore bands from the East Coast. I'm a huge Sick of It All fan. I like Madball a lot. That kind of thing, and the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, who
Just
rest in peace, because they just broke up, which broke my heart. That's my number one band of all time. They were pretty damn great. I think I must have seen them more than I've seen any other band, and just great bunch of people every time you got to see them, and hell of a show. I like Bad Religion. I like Strike Anywhere.
Strung Out. That was a big
Strung
one
Out
you kept talking about when we first met. And I hadn't heard of Strung Out until I met you.
Yeah,
and I'm grateful for learning Strung Out.
Yeah.
And Pennywise too. I never listened to Pennywise till I met you, and then I was like, okay, let's listen to Pennywise. And
Pennywise. That's another. I like the hardcore stuff. I like. I've been on a big Millencolin kick lately. So in doing this, I didn't want to be another cookie cutter band that does a couple of originals about drinking and then a bunch of traditionals. So I try to at least lyrically keep things somewhat current and about something or other. I mean, we obviously have drinking songs, but what they're usually about is drinking to people that we've loved and lost. So there's that, and about friendship, being a good friend to whoever you can be, because you never know when you're going to need that shoulder. So that's that. And
you got there's a couple other ones like King of Scabs is a bit of a historical one about Robert Dunsmuir being a douchebag. Because you know what, I get King of Scabs stuck in my head when I'm at work all the time, constantly. I'm just randomly working away, and I got freaking King of Scabs rolling through my brain. So I'm at the point where I've started singing it to myself in a doom metal voice just to keep it interesting. It's always going through my head. And then you got Coup d'etat, where you're making fun of all those idiots down in, you know where.
Yeah, that's that was a fun one. Yeah,
that was a fun one. And then, I guess Last Call is a drinking song.
Last Call is a drinking song.
And Plutocrats is about all the dumbasses down south.
Well, it's about Fox News making shit up. Yeah.
Yep.
And the just Rupert Murdoch in general, I suppose. Not a fan. Can you go out on a limb? Not a fan of Rupert Murdoch.
On the topic of Fox News, I think I remember being like grade 8 or 9, and I remember seeing Otis Urungus of Guar on Red Eye as their planetary correspondent, and I was like, oh, this isn't the news, this is entertainment. And then it that caught up years down the road. But I remember then, I was like, odorous.
They literally went to court to defend their right to lie. It's not a news organization if they're, they want it to be legal to go on the air and lie. they currently have a vaccine mandate that you're either tested daily or you're vaccinated to work in the building, and yet they let Tucker Carlson go on the air every day and scream about how evil a vaccine mandate is. It's like you're working in the building with a more stringent vaccine mandate than you're complaining about. Be less of a hypocrite.
Hypocrisy is the essence of Fox News.
It's fun. And super fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
We get a lot of fun sound clips from them, though. Fuck it! Do it live!
Oh, yeah, I mean,
There's always
I don't like Bill O'Reilly, but I could watch Bill O'Reilly for hours.
Well, it's entertaining as long as you don't believe the nonsense that he's saying. Right?
100%.
What is Tucker Carlson still wearing a bow tie on air? Because you're a cartoon character. Stop that shit, right? You're like Jordan Peterson wearing a fucking bow tie on the Joe Rogan podcast. What are you doing? You're a tenured professor, or you used to be, and you're going to wear a bow tie on the podcast. Okay, Charlie Brown. Good work. That's nice. Good work. Yeah.
So, nobody here is a fan of Fox News. What have you guys been watching to pass the time during the lockdown and all that? What does get you going?
anything but the news. I've been catching up on that show, The Expanse, but other than that.
What have I done recently? I've recently rewatched all of The Sopranos. And that was good. But, I mean, I still sometimes have to work on the road. So while I was gone, and that's a good one to throw up on the iPad when you're sitting in the Airbnb and drinking a few pints too, watching Sopranos. Because after a while, you start making up words that sound like something the Sopranos would say. I can't remember any of them now, but you start talking that way, and it's the same thing that happened to me when I was listening to a lot of live Iron Maiden. I went for about a month and a half of listening to nothing but live Iron Maiden albums. And then I started talking like this. And I'm doing this in the grocery store.
I wish I'd seen that. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I'd seen that.
Shit in the grocery store. And I'm like, I think I'd like some old cheddar. No, okay, gonna turn off the Iron fucking Maiden now. This is a long time ago. So, I realized that you have, I'm very impressionable, and I will take, at least I didn't try to fly a plane like Bruce Dickinson, but I started talking like in the grocery store, which is, I probably freaked some people out.
I think as long as you don't do that straight across bang look, you'll be all right. You'll make it just fine.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm looking forward to grocery shopping tomorrow in my Boba Fett helmet, talking like Bruce Dickinson. Tell me that's not
only if I can follow along with the camera.
Who are some bands that you've opened for live that were like proud moments for you that were a big deal, either old band or with Grinning Barretts here?
Should I just turn this or?
You go.
Right there. So there's Dreadnoughts. Theo and the Thugs. Theo Gutsanakis out of Vancouver there, former Gob, and Real Mackenzies.
Three quarters of Gob with our friend Dan, who was in the core and used to be in Real Mackenzies as well. He was filling in for Tom, and they were basically doing job because Tom was busy with the Sum 41 album that had just come out, and because Garrett and he needs a little bit of help these days, and so Tom couldn't do it. Theo and the other guys said, "Well, we still want to do this. We still want to play. Still want to tour. So, Dan, why don't you come and play these songs with us?" And Dan was like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll do that." So, that was fun. That was a nice one.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I was actually going to ask you about if you guys had crossed paths with the Dreadnoughts being on the island there. There was that poster. When was that? What went down? What was that show about? How did that come to be?
4 years ago now. January 19th, 2018. Yeah. That's actually the only time I played with them. But that was a fun night.
That was a great night.
That was a great night, actually.
I literally flew in from New York that morning, and I got home. Like my flight out of there was at like 6 a.m. and I do not do well sleeping on planes. So I got home, tried to have a nap, and I got about 20 minutes of nap in, and then loaded up the truck with all the toys. We had to fly the backline for the whole night. And drove it down to Cumberland, and that was where we first met Dan. Dan was still in the Real Mackenzies at the time, plays in the Core. Good friend and huge supporter. So hang on. Where is it? Dan Garrison from the Core. They are good friends, and he's been a huge supporter. So from him,
musicians too. If you haven't heard their music,
if you're not familiar with the Core,
check them out. Seriously,
it's a good idea.
Look into it.
Dan,
especially if you like the DC comics and that. They're big on that.
Okay. All right. I'll look into them for sure.
But yeah, Dan was that night playing in ATD. That's Ben Von W. He used to be in Tourette's out of Calgary, and that was he played with them. And they had Philly from Campfire Shit Kickers, another friend of ours, over in Vancouver now. He was in Tourette's and Taco from Calgary. So they were playing, and so we started talking there. And Dan's been a good friend ever since. You know, he just continues to get us on shows.
Yeah,
and that's pretty damn cool of him.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So to Dan, hey.
Cheers, man.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think I've seen Dan since we did that show at Logan's with him.
I ran into him in Vancouver in early December, and it was nice to actually see his face. So, yeah. It's nice to see anyone's face these days.
This is true.
Yeah.
And if you can see more than half of it, it's extra special. You know?
I get 60% better looking when I'm wearing a mask. So yeah. And 80% better looking if I'm wearing a mask and sunglasses.
It's definitely been helping the good from afar but far from good situation for people.
Yeah. I operate on the bagpipe principle of looks. It's best if you're not up close. So.
It's under my eye. I don't know what's going on here.
Careful, you'll gouge that out.
Yeah.
You know what? That's the kind
Just
of
give you a
love
couple
that
extra
kept David
watches
Gilmour and
next
Roger
time.
Waters together.
Yeah.
We don't have fun. There's no fun.
Never.
Never. No.
Seems conservative.
Yeah. It's all hard work, man. It's just been a grind the whole time. We've never had a good time.
All right, I guess I'll wrap this up with the last question here for both of you. Shittiest bathrooms and venues that you've played at here on the island. What are they?
Shittiest bathrooms.
Everybody loves a shitty bathroom.
Strictly bathroom?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's tough. I'd say that's a toss between Logan's, who are closed now, sadly, because they were an awesome venue in general, but they're just a trough bathroom. But or the Canby and the Nanaimo here, their bathrooms are... Yeah. One of the two, but just as far as the bathrooms go, everything else is fine.
Any outdoor venue, because the bathrooms are always a porta potty, and
that too.
Yeah. But I really can't dispute the Logan's bathroom, because I think they had shower curtains for shitter stalls.
I think they did, yeah.
Nice.
Or is that
that's part of the fun of the place a little bit, though.
Now, if you want to know scary bathrooms, there was the terminal in Vancouver, and that was a lot. That's going way back to touring in the Kilt Lifter days. That was terrifying. That was a fun bathroom. I mean,
I think it all started with the CBGB's bathrooms, but people just love a shitty bathroom.
I don't know why you'd want to be in the bathroom for longer than it takes to do what you got to do, and I feel really sorry for you if you got to do a number 2 at a punk show.
No, you don't do number 2s at punk shows. If you gotta hold it, just hold it.
You know what? Sometimes you're not in control.
No, I agree, but do what you can.
Do what you can. It's true. Yeah. I'm thankful that the bathrooms at Riot Brewing are clean and spotless, and they have very nice cross stitches that are framed in them that say, "Please don't do coke in the bathroom." That's a nice touch.
Apparently, I missed that.
You missed that? Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
The only thing I mostly remember about Riot's bathrooms, I mean, they're clean, but they also have the sign on the doors that instead of like men's or women's or anything, they just say, "We don't care."
There's that. And they've got a cutout of Nicolas Cage and it's life size. And so you'll walk into the bathroom and there'll be a cutout of Nicolas Cage staring at you.
Somehow I haven't also seen that either.
It moves from bathroom to bathroom. And
maybe that's why.
That's fun. I will. I like that. That's a fun time. So you're gonna edit this out, right?
Yeah, it'll be about a minute and 30 seconds. All right, before we go, is there anything either of you want to push that's coming out in the future aside from the album? There anything else to look forward to?
We're hoping to just have a string of releases starting on St. Patrick's Day here. It would be nice to have a few tunes out there, and then get some hard copies going for a future release. Hopefully aiming towards early summer. But obviously, record pressing plants are backed right up because every band in the world did that. And then we'll aim for a video, and we'll aim for shows and being able to emerge from all this bad noise with our own bad noise.
Here's my theory: is that we're coming into the 20s now, and the 10s in 100 years ago were shit because of World War One, and then the 20s came out into the Roaring 20s. So we're going to come out of this, and shit's going to be awesome for a few years. We just need to avoid what came in the 30s 100 years ago.
We don't learn the lesson of history.
I know that.
Is that nobody learns anything from history.
But I'd like to think better than we
If
can.
there was a historical record we could look for. There isn't. So let's just.
But I'm aiming for we're going to come out of this, that shit's going to be strong, and things are going to be really awesome over the next few years once we get out of this.
There's some pent up.
There's some pent up shit, and people are going to come out with some pretty awesome stuff coming up, I think.
I don't know, but if I start seeing people doing the Charleston again, I'll know the depression is coming up real quick.
Are we doing whiskey or what?
Yeah.
Let's finish this off with whiskey.
I got our whiskey here. Tyler, you got some whiskey you can join us in?
I got no whiskey. I got an IPA. That's close, right? Irish Pale Ale.
An Irish Pale Ale. Okay, hang on. Here it is. So, because we are such good friends with Riot Brewing, they literally made us our own beer.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
And it was really awesome, and I drank more of them than anybody else on earth, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but they'll do a seasonal. They are our best friends. We never would have played anywhere without them. We have to shout them out beforehand. And I realize we're going way over time at this point, but we've talked about their bathrooms. Let's talk about how awesome they are. They gave us shows when no one else would, because when a guy who doesn't communicate very well is coming to you and saying, yeah, so there's bagpipes and it's punk rock. Venue bookers are like, fuck all the way off. Fuck off mountain. Riot Brewing were like, yeah, okay. We're drunk enough to make a poor decision right now. And then we had the best goddamn time.
Piss poor decisions are the basis of our band, aren't they?
They are, yeah. True. But they gave us shows. They said, yeah, come play here. And it's where we learned to be a band. Instead of just a bunch of people playing music in a room, we became a band where we became a unit. We were welded together, and we wouldn't have released any music physically. It would have just sort of been a trickle out of songs going out online every now and then. But they gave us a place to become what we did become, for better or for worse. And we can't thank them enough. Ralph, Ali, the Megs, Amber, Lydia, Jesse, the whole crew. We wouldn't be a band without them. And so they are literally here on tap in my basement. I've been drinking.
I don't have a tap, but next best thing.
Yeah. So if you're going to make it anywhere near here, Mr. Tyler, we will see to it that you don't leave in the shape you arrived in because of Riot Brewing, and that'll be that's a promise and a threat, however you want to take it. But here's to you guys. Thanks for doing this, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
It's been really great.
Hey, thanks for being here. Cheers.
Prost.
All right, gentlemen. Aaron, Pat.